most exciting destination in all of northern Wisconsin. LCO Casino Lodge and Convention Center, Hayward. LCO.
Hello, I'm Kimberly, and welcome to the weekend edition of the NAVE News Update. It's Friday, August 19th. Many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryNews.com. And here's the news for today from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. After several years of study and debate, the U.S. Board of Geographic Names has ruled in favor of Native American groups, ordering that South Dakota's Harney Peak now be known as Black Elk Peak. The U.S. Board voted unanimously on the change August 11th. Not far from Mount Rushmore, the newly renamed peak is the highest point in the state, as well as the highest point in the U.S. east of the Rockies. The peak lies in the Black Elk Wilderness of Black Hills National Forest in Pennington County. Since 1896, the peak has been named for U.S. Army General William S. Harney. However, Native American groups have complained that the name was offensive because Harney led a series of battles against indigenous people. Most infamously, Harney's men massacred Native women and children during a battle in 1855. The name Black Elk Peak was formally proposed in October of 2014. It honors Black Elk, also known as Nicholas Black Elk, who was an Oglala Lakota spiritual leader. The U.S. Board on Geographic Names spent several years researching the proposal, including getting input from the state, Native Americans, local people, map makers, and more. Florida environmentalists are hoping that a legal challenge by the Seminole Tribe of Florida will provide the catalyst to force the state regulators to redo a controversial rule that raises the level of some of the toxins allowed to be dumped into Florida's drinking waters. The Seminole Tribe filed the challenge August 15th with the State Division of Administrative Hearings, arguing that the new human health toxic criteria rule could endanger their health. The tribe argued that the rule should be invalidated, not only because the agency's decision to move up the scheduled date of the ERC vote violated the required 28-day hearing notice, but because it adversely affects the Seminole Tribe and its members. The lawsuit says that tribal members hunt and fish on thousands of acres of Florida waterways, and the new rule, which allows for some toxins to be allowed in greater concentrations into Florida's rivers and streams, fails to take into account the harm they could do to the health of the tribal fishermen who rely on fish from Florida rivers and streams as a primary source of protein. The HoChunk tribe in Wisconsin has unveiled plans that will see it spend $153 million in order to expand its casinos while adding 100 jobs to its already 3,400 strong workforce. Christened Project Forward, the expansion is slated to begin next month and will involve major renovations to 3 HoChunk Gaming casinos in the towns of Wisconsin Dells, Black River Falls, and Wittenberg. Project Forward will see HoChunk Gaming add a new hotel main entrance and lobby to its facility in Wisconsin Dells, while the property will also have its bingo and buffet areas renovated. The casino will additionally soon feature a new hotel bar, poker room, and off-track betting facility, while its gaming floor is to be redesigned and come complete with an expanded non-smoking area. For its Wittenberg enterprise, their plan is to add an 84-seat restaurant and bar alongside an 86-room hotel, plus expand the facility's casino offerings with 272 slots and 10 gaming tables, as well as new high-limit and non-smoking gambling areas. Finally, their Black River Falls property will add a new 120-room hotel and an expanded and redesigned casino offering 200 more slots and bring high-limit gaming to the facility, alongside a new parking lot and a remodeled buffet with 36 additional seats. A bronze statue has been unveiled in Topeka, Kansas, of Charles Curtis, the first person of significant Native American descent to become vice president, serving under Herbert Hoover. Curtis's mother was a member of the Kaw Nation, and he spent many of his childhood years either in Topeka or with his grandparents on the Kaw Reservation. Curtis's political career began in 1893 when he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. 6 terms later, the lawyer was elected to the U.S. Senate by the Kansas legislation, going on to hold many legislative positions in the Senate before becoming Hoover's running mate. The Red Lake Band of Chippewa Indians has purchased property in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and is bringing together partners to help plan to build a mixed-use development that will bring affordable housing and retail leisure amenities to the community. The band will now work with its project partners to develop the site into a mixed-use property with approximately 115 units of affordable housing to serve tribal members living in the Twin Cities. The tentative name for the entire development will be Mino Bimata Zawin, which means living the good life in Ojibwe. It will be designed to be an economically self-sustaining project that will also help address some of the complex needs in the area. Initial concepts for the project have been proposed, and the group is in the process of securing financing for the property redevelopment, with construction expected to begin in 2018. Nominations for the 16th Annual Native American Music Awards have been announced. Both new and established artists share the list of nominations throughout a diverse array of 25 music categories. A special tribute is being planned for the late Jim Boyd, who earned multiple nominations with 2 recordings, Unity and Bridge Creek Road, which he released before his untimely death this past June. Boyd was given a Lifetime Achievement Award by the Native American Music Awards in 2014. General public voting is now open. To vote, you can visit the vote page of the awards website at namalive.com. Winners will be announced at the 16th Annual Native American Music Awards, which will be held on Saturday, September 17th at the Seneca Allegheny Entertainment Center in Seneca Allegheny Casino and Hotel in Salamanca, New York. And that's another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me, and have a grand day.